If you want to survive in this world, you must be fit. An English philosopher and a sociologist talked about the concept of the survivor of the fittest in his book, The Principles of Biology. He said only the strongest ones in the world tend to survive, while the weak ones are eliminated. However, I'm looking at mine from the spiritual perspective. If you want to survive the stones that life tends to throw at you, if you want to survive struggles, trials, endless life struggles, tribulation, temptations, frustrations, depression, you must be spiritually fit. Ephesians 6 verse 12, it says, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and power, against rulers of darkness, against spiritual wickedness in the highest places. Ephesians 5:15-20, it said, let us walk circumspectly, not as fools, in quotes, but as wise, redeeming time. Pay attention to this, because the days are evil. How will you survive this world without prayers? Pray without ceasing. I am talking about consistency in the place of prayers. Talking about God's word. It's a study to show yourself an approved workman that needed not to be ashamed, but dividing the word of truth. How do you know about this God if you don't study about him? How do you answer the questions of the word if you don't study God's word? Another very important concept that a lot of us tend not to pay attention to is obedience to God's word. In fact, how do you be a faithful servant to a leader who you don't tend to obey? For you to survive this world, for you to survive the struggles of this world, you must learn to obey God's word, obey God's voice, obey God's will. Another very important thing I'd like to talk about for the sake of time is spiritual sensitivity. The Bible made us understand, as men are led by the Spirit, they are called the sons of God. If you are not spiritually sensitive, my dear, that's already a lost battle. I'm going to be rounding up by looking at Matthew 11 verse 12. He said, from the days of John the Baptist up till, in quotes, up till now, the kingdom of the Lord suffered violence, and only the violent one can take it by force. My dear, I'm not talking about physical violence. I'm not talking about being able to fight or be swift to speak. I'm talking about spiritual violence, okay? You must be violent. See, you are tired of a situation, my dear, you are not going to live there. If you are still living in the oblivion that Christianity is butter and bread, that Christianity is to being posh and being prime and being proper, my dear, they play. You need to rise up, pray, and take that rightfully belongs to you. God bless you.